Hi guys, Penny Rose Journals, how you doing? Okay, I am here to glue this little signature block into this cover, and then we will have our basically completed little journal. I will then have to cover the inside of the front and back cover, and then she will be a complete journal. Yeah, very sort of simple process. I am just going to glue it in. I think I might cover the spine first though, because now's the time to do it before I do anything else. I'm going to find a piece of fabric that I feel matches my little signature block now, and just put a covering on this spine first up. So we'll start there. This is a piece of upholstery fabric. I'm not going to wrap it around the cover. I am literally going to just go from the top to the bottom, fray it a little bit, and have it glued on. So it's just a cover. Now, because this is such a little fat journal, I'm just going to sit it like this to glue it. Not usually the way I do it, but it's just different to my normal journals. Also, something else that's different to my normal journals is the size of this cover. in relation to the size of the spine of the cover, which is very wide. Normally I would not glue the spine of a journal to, well, the spine of the signature block to the journal cover spine. It's just a habit that I got into. Making curved spines, you don't glue them. So when I make a regular journal, I just don't glue them. But in this case, because the spine is so wide, it tends to gap away from the cover when you open and close it, and I didn't like that. So I've glued it. You'll see me glue it the normal way. I just glue each side and expect it to work just like all my other journals work. This one doesn't. So I have learned something. So I actually pulled the sides off once I've glued them and put some glue on the external part of the hidden spine of the signature block and on the inside of the spine of the cover and glue them together. Now this does not affect in any way the way my journal opens and closes. It still works just fine. You really only don't do that for a curved spine, but it's just a habit I've got into over the years. So yeah, this time I glued it down and it works much better in this instance. So yeah, every journal's different. This is where I notice that it gaps at the back there, and I think maybe if I pull it a little tighter it might hold it a bit better. So I give that a go. It's all a matter of learning and working out what's going to work. But no, it's still not right. I still don't like it. So I decide, no, that's it. I'm going to pull off the signature block and I'm going to glue it at the back. You can see the way it gaps away when you close it, and I just didn't like it. Just didn't make me happy. So this is where I decided I'm going to pull it apart and glue it again. So yeah, I'm going to take it off. I'm going to put some glue on the spine and glue that down, and then I will re-glue the sides the same way you just saw me do that. So yeah, I won't bore you with showing you that whole thing, but that is what I'm about to do. And then once that's done, yes, I am very much happier with it. Okay, here we are all glued together properly, and here is a piece of card. I am going to cut this piece of card and use it to cover the inside of the front and back covers, so it's all finished. So yeah, this is just a folder of some sort of description. I don't quite know where it came from. I think it may have come in a happy mail from my lovely friend Bonnie at Bonnie and Clive. She tends to put book pages in these sort of things and wrap them up and send them just randomly. But now it's going to become the inside of a book cover, so I'm just going to cut a piece of it off, cut it to size, and then cover it. And I think what I might cover it with is a page out of my phone book, my collage phone book. I think that kind of suits the scrappiness of this journal. So I'm going to pull a piece of that out and yeah, glue that to these and cover them up, and so they will be a bit more decorative for the inside, back and front covers. Now I decided that I would like to put a bit of a pocket in the front and a belly band in the back, as I usually do. So I'm just going to use a piece of this offcut to make the pocket, and I'm going to use some blue jelly print on this, so it kind of, follows through with the blue accents I've put throughout this little journal. So I'm going to make a pocket first, and then we'll try and work out what I'm going to do about a belly band. Now I'm going to toy with using this piece of fabric on my belly band. I do not end up using it, but that was my first idea. But I do actually end up covering it in a piece of my paper marbling, which there is none of in this journal, but it does follow that blue theme. So there is an offcut of this. I might add a little bit to some of the journal pages just to bring it throughout the journal as well. We'll see in the end, but that was my idea. I thought, well, it matches, so it can definitely go into the journal if that's how I want to go ahead in the end. Now you see I'm wrapping this piece of paper right around. I'm also securing the top and bottom, which overhangs my piece of card. I will use these top and bottom tabs, if you like, to tuck behind the cover in the back, so that will hold it nice and secure and make sure the belly band doesn't go anywhere. It will be thoroughly stuck down with not only glue onto the back cover, back inside cover, but it will also be glued down underneath the back inside cover, so it will certainly not go anywhere once it's positioned. Okay, I trimmed the corners off of these. I'm just going to cover them like you would cover a book. Just going to fold it over the back so it's all secured. I don't like loose edges. I like to wrap around my covers, so there's no way later on that they can sort of start to pick up on the corners or anything. They're securely glued, and then of course it's glued into the book, so everything is held down properly. I'm doing something similar with this pocket. I am going to glue the top over and one of the sides over, and I am going to use the other two sides that are longer than the piece of card they're covered to wrap around the front cover, so it will hold it nice and secure. They will be wrapped around the back, glued, and then glued underneath the inside front cover, so nice and secure, pocket will never move. You can barely see the text on this book page underneath all this marbling, but I can see it slightly. It was upside down. I pulled it off and put it up the right way. Unnecessary, but I felt like I needed to do that too. So that's also done. Okay, we're going to finish off here by putting plenty of acetone-based glue onto the back of this front inside cover, gluing it down and clamping it. I will do the same with the back cover. I do leave these clamped for a few days actually. Life happened. Took me a while to get back to it, but yeah, they were definitely well glued down and dry before I took the clamps off. Yeah, so I'm just going to glue these down and I'll come back and take the clamps off and show you what it looks like. And here we are back another day, and she is all done. We'll take the clamps off and show you and close her up and put her aside for another day where we will maybe do something on the front cover. We'll see what happens, because right at the moment she's quite plain. Even though she has these decorative corners, she is just simply a grey cover, so we might just put something special on the front. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed this little project thus far. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see her when she's all finished up. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I really do appreciate your company. I hope you have a lovely day. I'll see you again next time. Bye.